All right, everybody. So here we are, your stalwarts. Let's call it what we are. We're the A team. We're the Varsity Starters. And okay, good update. And I was just look, we're the brain trust. I was just telling Becker that I keep touching my computer screen because I think it's a touch screen, and it never has been or ever will be. And now it's just smudged up with my fingies all the time as I keep I literally went to touch your face to see if I could make it bigger. And no. Yeah, exactly. I was doing this maneuver. Like I'm sitting on a bus and I'm fucking
crushing
high
heads
on mushrooms. Yeah. We used to ride the mall ride when we were in our late teens and just get fucked up on mushrooms and smush people's heads. But anyway, so we are recording this today, and everyone's being very respectful of my busy schedule. Did we all forget we had a podcast? Yes, of course. But luckily, we are doing it today when I don't have anything important I need to be worried about. When I'm not literally pacing around my New York hotel room, debating just how sincere I should be in my big storytelling event. I'm doing Ari Shafir's storytelling show this evening in New York. I'm one of the unannounced secret few. And it's very nice to be asked. But I have this fucking heavy-duty story, man. And I am so stoked to deliver it and take these big pauses. It's a storytelling show. It's not the, it's not the fucking slap the bag, guess everyone's birthday. It's not half off wings night, It's it's in a fucking performance arts theater in Manhattan. If I can't allow myself to, do something evocative, something a little bigger than the common gluttony and vulgarity that I do on stage, where I just need to kill. I have to kill all the time. So I've been walking around the city all morning just trying to memorize this story that I recorded into my phone, and I'm walking around trying to memorize it. And I know, hey, at 3:00, you got one thing to do today. Well, actually, no, you don't. You have two things to do today. One of them's very important and might be the fucking pebble you throw into the lake that causes the ripples of your career. But we got to be here. We got to do the pod, And me and Becker get in here. We start touching each other's faces on the screens. Then Lund, 3 minutes ago, which is already 11 minutes behind schedule, he just texted us, my computer isn't turning on. So... anyway, this might be, you guys have been begging for Becker. You guys have been saying, where's Becker? We need our Becker. Beckman.
It's a big Becker day.
Yeah, you got, oh no.
He's coming.
Whoa. Let him free.
What did you guys talk about with your pre-pod pod?
You gotta listen, man.
No.
You gotta listen if you want to know.
Never.
That's the move. No, I'm telling you, dude. If you want to know what's happening and you want to be up to date, you listen to the first 3 minutes, and it's gonna be like, oh yeah. No. So here's what I was saying, Lon, is that I have a big show tonight, and I'm really excited about it, and I'm glad I get to talk to you guys, to try and get into just the mindset of a true alpha motherfucker. That's what we do here. We build each other up. We instill confidence. So I'm going to tell you guys my story I'm telling tonight. And we're going to do like an hour, 2 hour, just deep dive autopsy on the story and make it better.
Yeah.
No, of course we're not doing that. But I have been walking around Old Manhattan all morning, just feeling the beat of the street beneath my feet, and just an electric light flying out of me, man. I love it. Yeah,
they call it Mad Hatton.
I know, and everyone here is pissed, and it's Easter. A lot of Jews, I think, is what's going on. They're rightfully upset. Their Lord and Savior destroyed at the hands of Romans.
It's like
I'm staying near Little Italy. Is what I mean.
Yeah, that's then the Italians are mad. Not the Jews, who think Jesus was a cool guy and a fellow Jew, but not their savior.
I think that he was their guy.
My savior.
Okay. Well, this is why we had to do the first 3 minutes, so that you could start doing your anti-Semitic impressions.
That's not anti-Semitic. That's how some Jewish people sound sometimes.
I know, dude.
So see you.
Remember Siobhan's husband? Remember our friend Siobhan Sims?
Yeah.
Her husband, who was like heir to like a diamond fortune or something, and he's from Miami. That guy was Jewish.
I don't know if I met that guy.
We met him once at the airport. He was taking an Israeli Airlines flight, and you remember that the line was huge because it was all economy. No one was sitting in first class.
Get it out.
Economy was packed. That's all I'm saying. I mean, first class was wide open. Anyway, so that's a joke I thought of at the airport last night, late at night.
Yeah, you had a wacky day yesterday, huh?
Oh, I mean, yesterday was maybe one of the most insane days of my entire life. Whoa. If you look at it from start to finish, in a 24-hour period, it's me and Henry Zembrowski getting aggressively stoned on the downtown streets of New York late at night. Henry's a delight. That's the first time I've ever hung out with him. Travis Irvine stayed at our house and hooked up some tickets to see Last Pod live. And man, Henry, funny guy. Little crazy man.
Yeah.
Small. It's like, Lund, if you were the same guy, but somehow you were a foot shorter and maybe 50 pounds less, I don't know. You're just
shrunk and drunk.
Yeah. I mean, we were fired up. He kept asking, what's Becker like? No, I'm kidding, of course. So,
but you were in New York?
No. I was in Detroit. So we went to Last Pod on, God, what is today? The days are so different in New York. It's like the calendar won't obey.
It's 420.
Legalize it. Have you guys been legalizing it?
I've been getting pretty stoned all morning.
I haven't.
Well, yeah, but you didn't know what day it was until moments ago. You were just welcoming the sun, worshiping, as you call it. So we hung out with them, and then yesterday was the big Limousine with Susanna day in Dearborn, and we rented a limo, and we went and picked up Susanna and Miriam. I met Miriam for the first time. She gets it. She's legit.
What? Where was she all these other times? Susanna. She was always busy every other time.
Oh, I don't. She had to work at the Pineapple Cake Factory because she's 4, and that's the only place that would hire her. I think she's been working in her dad's smoke shop, prepping the hookahs. Mm-hmm. Because man, I learned a lot about hookah prepping yesterday. I'll say that. And we rode around. We started our day getting mochi donuts. Chelsea, you remember Chelsea Lund? She talked you off that one time on the phone.
She told me to bark like a dog, and I said no. And she acted like I wasn't doing the coolest thing ever.
I mean, she talks about that moment a lot. So,
oh shit,
that's all I'm saying. She dressed up as Elsa and joined us in the limo. And we went and got mochi donuts. Then we went to Zap Zone. And it was like that I Think You Should Leave sketch with the dating show and the zip line where Tim can't quit riding the zip line because I pushed Susanna for an hour and a half on that zip line. Just, all right.
Wait, what was
off of it?
Like trampolines or I thought laser tag, Zap Zone.
Zap Zone had laser tag. It had everything you wanted.
Whoa.
Yeah, but all they wanted was the zip line. So paid a whole bunch of money for a zip line and a big slide, and that was
into
fun.
Foam or water or what?
There's foam. You don't want water at your adult entertainment centers.
I thought maybe there was an outdoor component, and you guys were splashing. Cool. The Zap Zone, no. You get wet in the Zap Zone and you die. You get electrocuted.
Probably, yeah. Because there wasn't electricity to this place, man. You should have seen these kids chewing up chicken tenders, spitting them on the trampoline. a lot of these pictures being taken. They were just jacked. We gave her
freaking out.
I gave her Hawaiian punch. I mean, it was like, hey, you're only 5 once, unless you're Susanna, in which case you've been becoming 5 for the last 3 weeks and costing me loads and loads of money as you do it. And then we went and got ice cream. It was just fun to drive around like very suburban Dearborn in a limo and see people outside the car go like this.
Whoa.
Yeah. There's a lot of that. Who's in there? Is that Tayshaun Prince? Oh, no. Jeff was carrying. Jeff for sure had that nickel on him. He was fully plated. I asked him if he wanted a donut, and he said, any flavor does it for Jeff. I was like, all right, buddy.
All right.
Stay up there. Yeah. You stay up there in your
third
glass
person
chamber.
kind of guy.
Mm-hmm. Any flavor for Jeff.
Jeff's got a big old gun.
Yeah. Jeff's up there.
Don't
with the
worry.
44.
When you rent this limo, you rent me, you rent all of my services, including my protection. So for the next 8 hours, it's like you're my family. And if somebody comes towards this car with malicious intent, I will put them down and smile about it and sing the happy birthday song, whichever one you want.
Because no one's going to take my family away from me again.
Yeah, the first time.
No.
The first time I didn't have a gun or a lawyer.
No court order or human being. But yeah, I just watched that fucking that Lil Wide World that Pat put on the Patreon.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it made me miss you guys. There's a Lil Wide World on the Wide World Patreon. Sam Tallent Wide World. Oh, it's good, man. He's like going through his John Wilson period, so he's just like filming. You know, it's his American Beauty. He's filming plastic bags getting caught in the wind, but it is pretty. And Becker was super funny at the car museum, and I was like, Becker. And then Lund shows up, and I'm like, God, miss you.
Look out for Lund. Yeah, it's been weird yelling? To be home. Megan was talking to the dogs.
Someone yelling?
I didn't want to go upstairs. No.
Okay. Did Lund just super speed up after slowing down for you, Becker?
Yeah, we both saw the same thing. It'll be good on the stable recording.
Oh, I was hoping that would make it in there.
No. There's no way for me to replicate what we just saw in the edit.
Damn it, dude. That was good stuff. Yeah. You were chopped and screwed for a moment, Lund.
Yeah, that sucks. Everything sucks.
Chopped and cheesed. Why does everything suck?
Well, I want this to work. I want to be able to talk to you and not have it be weird.
No, I get it. I mean, there is some weirdness between us. There's this like real sexual tension, and I like it. I think it keeps us both on our toes. Becker, don't worry. Neither of us will be having you in any way.
Okay.
Except for in Iowa City and Omaha, where you'll be joining us.
Yeah, yes. I'm excited for this week.
I'm so excited to finally do our 3-man show. Becker hosts, Lund features, I headline. And it's going to be fucking... Might be really bad, actually. Who knows?
Yeah, people only leave 33% disappointed.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's more like they're a 90th. They're 1/9.
That's
disappointed.
True. That's it. Yeah, not a 90th. He does 90 seconds. Almost out of time. You get the light as soon as you get up there. You're like, all right, well, I guess I'll get out of here on this.
Yeah, it's Grandpa Simpson walking into the brothel and seeing Bart.
Yeah. Get lit. Put your hat back on.
Damn. My lips are chapped.
I did finally do something that I told you guys I had never done recently. Wow. I shit my pants.
Oh, yeah.
Real bad. I was in Denver.
The floor is yours, sir.
I was in Denver doing a streaming platform debate with Mitch Jones and Matt Oren and JD Lopez that was pretty
Where was
fun.
that? The steps of the Capitol building?
JD's house. But it was fun because Mitch was manic.
Man. I bet you had to talk quietly so you didn't wake up all of his flat-brimmed hats.
His lizards.
Guys, use lower voices because my duster's sleeping.
Yeah, but we left afterwards, and me and Matt and Mitch.
JD's sitting there like the Undertaker, just in fingerless gloves and a throne.
He does sit across from the rest of us with his hat on.
Oh, man. He does wear the hat inside?
He wears the hat for the podcast he does.
He was not raised
got a
well.
brand.
Everyone knows. You take your hat off if
I
you
love
respect
JD.
the people on the pod.
But the three of us, me, Matt, and Mitch, left to go get lunch at Kickin' Chicken. And like halfway through my sandwich, I was like, I don't feel very good. But I thought it was just
How many chickens did Mitch eat?
He had one
Over or under?
sandwich.
Okay.
So one giant. They're giant sandwiches. They're huge.
Okay.
So I had like half of a
Not
sandwich.
in his
and
hands.
My stomach was kind of iffy, and I just thought it was my normal shit that's going on.
Yeah.
And then I drove.
Attention-seeking behavior, as we call it. Yeah.
And then I drove the 40 minutes to my buddy Mike's house, and for like the last
Big
couple
Mike.
minutes, I had to pee really fucking bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was
Classic.
like, oh God, I can't wait till I get there. This is terrible. And then
Yeah.
I get out of my car, and my phone died on the drive, so I couldn't get a hold of Mike. I tried to call him before it died, and he texted me back when my phone was dead. So I run up to the door. Door's locked. He wasn't expecting me at that exact time.
What was he up to? I mean, Mike keeps it pretty loose.
He was in his basement. He just couldn't hear me. And then
with his train collection.
Yeah, so I threw my
Mike's
shit.
weird. He has a model trains, but it's like it's Auschwitz. It's like a fucking bummer. But he says he's just a historian and he likes miniatures.
He likes
They're all
suburban
hand
Poland.
painted.
Yes.
So I threw my luggage on the ground. I'm like almost in tears at this point because now I realize
Oh yeah, you said you were crying.
I have to shit. Oh, after I shit, I was crying. So, but I'm like sweating, fucking like shaking, like back and forth, rocking, beating on the door like the FBI, like answer the
Rocking.
fucking door. So I dropped my
Stimming.
backpack and like my podcasting gear because I was going to edit a podcast.
My
And-
podcast gear.
And so I run to jump his fence because I know the code to get into the garage. And as I punch the code into the garage door thing, it dies. Like the battery dies on it. I can't get in. I'm beating on the back door like a maniac. Finally, I'm like, I have to piss. I go to take a little bit of a pee. And as soon as I let go of my bladder, I just paint my underwear. It was like a sneeze. It was like a mucusy, wet, terrible thing. So then I'm like squatted, trying not to let it drip out of my underwear into my actual pants.
Oh.
And I'm standing at the back door, and Mike comes and like beats back on the door, thinking why is Becker trying to get in so bad? And when he opens the door, I was like, "Fuck you! I've shit my pants." And he's like, "Are you crying?" I was crying, and then had to go. Oh, I was so upset. I
Man,
was
your
in
buddy's
tears.
in the backyard.
Yeah.
You think it's the feds? He just flushed a whole fucking hard drive down the toilet. And then he comes out. He's like, "Hey, what's your fucking deal?" And it's you. And then
And I'm waddling like an old gym teacher, just like all hips and elbows. And I demand a trash bag and then just go barricade myself in the bathroom. And
he's like, "Are you crying?"
he didn't ask. I addressed it later and he was like, "Yeah, it did look like you were tearing up." And I was like, I was full on crying. I was very upset. I didn't think you were coming to the door. I was outside just waiting for diarrhea to ruin my jeans.
You were
It sucked
forsaken.
really bad. It was really bad. And then
God
after I
had
dried
abandoned
off,
you.
I realized how funny it all was.
Because you didn't know you had to shit, right? I think.
No,
in
I
our
didn't know I needed to
messages-
shit until I got like out of the car. When I got out of the car, I was like, "Oh, I also have to shit," but I also
Okay.
didn't know I had diarrhea, like at all. Like I thought I
so you're
had.
not sweating. I mean, you hopped a fence. I wouldn't hop
Yeah.
a fence if I had to shit real bad. So
No.
you weren't.
Either
And
way,
I wouldn't have tried to take the pee if I thought I had diarrhea. Like,
I'd
yeah,
go
you
under
can't
the
invite
fence.
the bladder to the party if the
No.
poop's not allowed as well.
no, and
Everyone knows that.
it was.
That's
so
all I remember
bad.
from health class. That puppet show taught us a lot.
Yeah, you. Well, I mean, but you can. Sometimes you can't. You like rolled the dice because sometimes you can pee and not poop. It is a tightrope walk.
It was
Well,
like
rarely
a
are you in a
gunshot.
situation. A gunshot.
Yeah, dude, like the second like one drip of piss came out of my dick, my butt went off like an explosion. It wasn't like there was no release, there wasn't a warning. It was like I got punched. It was like an evacuation.
She's talking.
Yeah, I know. You just put your babe in her place. Alpha alert.
She's playing with
Go to the
Beanie.
other 3 stories of the church. There's plenty of room to goof around in there.
I know. I wanted to be down here because I don't know. I think it sounds better
Snake's loose
down here than
upstairs?
upstairs.
Yeah, it is better. So, Becker, you shot your own ass, and in doing so, killed your own soul.
Yeah.
And, okay, then you clean up in the bathroom.
Yeah. While
Trash
I'm on the
bag from
toilet,
hell.
Mitch was going through it that day. He's been having a hard hand dealt to him lately. And so, like, from the toilet, I texted him. I was like, if it makes you feel any better, I just shit my pants and I'm cleaning myself up in Mike's bathroom. And he responded, like, I hope you're okay, but that does make me feel better. And then,
course.
yeah.
How could it not?
And so that was the only benefit of it, is it cheered up good old Mitch Jones a little bit. But yeah, it was bad. So then I dried off. Mike was like, are you sure you're okay? And I'm like, yeah, thank God I didn't ruin my pants. And he was like, okay, well, I washed all the bedding. And I was like, oh, I'm not staying the night anymore. I want to go home and like take a real shower and be done. So I edited the podcast and then drove back to Trinidad.
You shit your pants so bad you had to drive 3 hours?
Yeah, I just didn't want to like crash. I didn't bring a change of clothes because I was just going to wear a dirty pair of pants in the morning. And I didn't want to
Beanie
like
can't even look at you.
sleep without
Beanie
boxers.
is so disgusted that even a dog won't look at you. That's how foul of a creature you are. That's how lowly you have become.
It was fucked, man. It was totally fucked.
Hey, man, it happens all the time to
I
all
know.
types of people. So
I know.
it doesn't really matter.
No
Wait,
one ever
but-
believed me when I'd say it hadn't happened.
If it was a full
Moon.
blast, how are the pants fine?
It was all in my cotton boxers, and it was like I was definitely not doing good that day. I just hadn't had any stomach issues yet, because then I spent a lot of my time in his bathroom before I left Denver. But
That's
it was
one
like
of the benefits of the
it was like a
sheath brand
mucus
underwear.
sneeze.
Is it's a sheath for your turds, and it keeps your pants clean.
Yeah, they were definitely Old Navy boxers, and they're too big for me, so it took a good amount of the blast.
The meme of the soldier kneeling with his arms out, and then there's rockets and grenades that he's absorbing.
Yes, that was my underwear. Just took it all.
Your pants are sleeping.
I mean, all of the poops I've taken for the last year, for the most part, are like heinous. So it wasn't like a turd or like a mud. It was like literally like a sneeze.
Oh, okay, we get
Sure,
it. Man.
yeah. I guess that's
Who are you
better than
talking
the
to?
full-
Yeah.
You don't think my butt sat in some pepper before?
Yeah. I mostly butt sneeze or shit like powder. That's the two moves for like the last
You mean like the
year.
guy in the movie?
I don't know. I don't shit him. I shit like, you know, that sand that stays dry
It's like a
underwater?
dog's petrified turd.
It's like,
Comes out of you.
like hydrophobic sand.
Man, we got sand all over that fucking limo yesterday. We got sand and slime. It was crazy.
You had slime?
What do you think?
That rules.
It was a 5-year-old's birthday limo. You don't think we have fucking slime in there? We had Elsa. We didn't have slime.
I'm surprised Jeff allowed slime.
Oh, Jeff allows whatever his family wants. You know, as long as it's not a fucking injunction, it's fine. Becker, you never told us the story of your big crazy drive to Alabama.
Oh yeah, that was nuts too.
Yeah, man, I need to hear this.
I
You
went
can
and
blind item certain events if you don't want to.
Yeah. I went and picked up I got back from Detroit and then picked up the rental car that night and then went and crashed at Mike's house for like 6 hours. Got up, went and got my dad and the dog, drove to Springfield, Missouri, and got weed there and crashed out for the night. And then
Okay, so because you didn't want to carry, you said.
no, I didn't want to drive through most of those states with weed. After Missouri, I was okay. Everything after that's decriminalized, so I just kept weed on me from then on out.
And you weren't smoking cigs, right?
No.
Dude, okay. So you're without weed, you're without cigs, you're with your father and a dog.
Yeah, and my dad's gone cuckoo since the car accident when he hit his head. He's got like full-blown CTE. And
Cum tasting enthusiasm.
His brain
Yeah.
shit his pants.
yeah, he just like
yeah.
will start crying
Runs in
for
the
no
family,
reason
kiddo.
now.
What?
has-
Just starts weeping? Random tears.
And has like shock pains that you can like see him reacting to, and you'll be like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm just getting those weird things."
It's like when a bell's rung. That's what shock pains feel like. It's reverberation.
Nuts.
Yeah,
But
it's bad.
he did really good on the drive out, and then
Well, you threw a blanket over his cage, right?
Yeah.
Slept the whole time.
and we got there and hung out with the family and stuff. But then on the last day, well, it was a blast. I took my niece, her dog, and she like spazzed out right away. As soon as we walked in, she started calling him Wally Dingo. And I was like, that's neat. Did you teach her that? And my sister was like, I have no fucking idea where that came from. And it was adorable because she'd just be waddling around like a 3-year-old going, Wally, Wally Dingo, where's my Wally Dingo? And that made me stoked. And like anytime there was a down moment, she'd just be down on the floor hugging him, like cuddling with him. So that made the whole thing worth it.
Are they going with Wally for the name?
Yeah, it's like an 8-year-old dog. My sister's boyfriend had it for years before they deployed.
Oh, wait,
It's just
what's
the
its
kid
name?
was born after they
The
deployed.
dog's in Space Force.
Wally. It was just weird that my niece knew the word dingo for dog.
Oh, through
or
on
that
Dingo.
like added Wally Dingo as a nickname because she is 3.
Oh, you were impressed by her wordplay.
And knowing the word, like I thought it was something she would have heard somewhere. My sister's like, no, I have no fucking clue what this is. And then we went to Peach Park, and she also, much like the zip line, made me push her on a swing for like damn near 2 hours.
Wait, Peach Park in Huntsville?
Montgomery.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Peach Park in Huntsville, and I'm like, you fucking took your niece to a black strip club? That is crazy.
No, it was like
That is
a
a
peach
bold
farm and a muscadine farm, which is kind of like a grape. And I had a bunch of muscadine juice. It was fucking awesome.
It's not kind of like a grape, it's a grape.
Well, it's like a vine. It's not bunchy. It's like a shitty grape. It's like a weed
You want to
grape.
talk to me about what it is and what is not a grape? I've been
Okay.
raising hell. That's my other podcast.
Why don't
Raising
you
hell.
try
It's
to
about dried grapes.
push that little square cutout behind you?
Yeah, what's hiding
Is
in
that
that
a secret
thing?
compartment? Yeah, push that in.
Ah,
He
oh
just
no, the
falls
room's
through,
upside
yeah.
down.
But on the last day, because we were
Whoa.
in that... oh, nice. Whoa.
Whoa. That would have been helpful last night.
Classic Sam T with the light right behind him now.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay, I'm back.
But on the last day, our flight got fucking severely delayed and then canceled, and we weren't going to be able to make it home for like 19 hours. So we decided to stay the night. My dad started to have tantrums like at the airport.
Tantrums.
Yeah.
That's not what men have.
No, it's not. And then
Men have brass knuckles and they punch their feelings with them.
yeah. So we get back to my sister's, and her other...
Is he crying?
Her father-in-law, no. Now he's just being a little bitch and being like, what? Like really loud in the airport.
Just
like,
wanted to get back so bad, or like has a schedule or whatever.
has nothing going on, but his schedule changed minutely, so he's pissed. And like
He's doing crank yanker voice in the airport.
yeah, and I'm handling all of it. Yeah, exactly.
He's
And
doing
I'm
Mitch
dealing with
Patel.
all of the changes, so I don't know why he's pissed at all. So we go back to my sister's house, and her in-laws are there because they were coming right after us to visit them while they were in the States.
Oh no! So now you've got a romantic comedy.
Oh yeah, so we all try to go out to dinner, and my brother-in-law's dad, your old coach, and
Oh yeah,
and
the
my
round
dad,
mound of touchdown.
oh yeah, the roundest,
The Matt pig.
yeah, Jesus Christ,
That guy's a fucking smusho, dude.
yeah, he is.
He's like prototype smusho.
Yeah, he's the first Guiguo.
What do you think he is? 4'10", 400?
That seems about right.
That's close, right?
Yeah, that's about
Now imagine rolling around with him in front of all your buddies.
right. Yeah.
As he's teaching you different kind of locks and flips.
So they get like, we walk into this seafood place that's supposed to be great, and they're short staffed, like obviously.
So he
And-
fits in.
Oh yeah, and then he gets
because he's
like,
short.
Yeah, so he immediately gets mouthy with like a lady at the counter about how long it's taking.
Who does? The father-in-law or your father?
Father-in-law.
Awesome. God, I've seen him fired up.
Yeah, so Moose is like, "Oh, good, we're gonna get spit in our food." To me, and I like.
It's
giggle
like
a little
watching the foreman of all the dwarves in Wizard of Oz sexually harass Judy Garland.
It was very much like that, and then.
By the way, a wild creature keeps appearing in the background here.
Yeah.
She does. They like a lady who was picking up her food at the counter, like told my dad and the other guy that they're short staffed, so cut them a break. And then my dad starts to yell at her like it's his child and it's 1994 when you could treat people like that in public.
And then his associate, the other adult man, looks like Cuckoo Cachoo.
Yes.
He's the walrus. He has Lund's facial hair, but unironically and very well maintained. And is also, as tall as 8 phone books stacked on top of each other.
He used to rock Lund's facial hair.
He doesn't have it anymore?
No, now he's like mostly clean shaven and balding.
Dude, he was Tom of Finland 100%.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, dude, who was the guy? He looks like Dutch Mantel. Is that the guy, Lund, who had that facial hair?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And isn't that guy like 5 foot tall?
No, I'm sure he's a pretty big guy.
I mean, this was a good guy, but anyway, he is. I just want to paint the picture because I know this guy. He is a little keg of a man.
Yeah, so we have 2 grown men in there with the emotional constitution of like 11-year-olds.
Mm-hmm. One just wants to wrestle.
Yeah, and then the other one's Moose's dad. And then so I drag my dad outside of the restaurant by his arm while he's screaming at this lady.
No way.
Oh yeah, and then when we
What's
get out,
he saying?
I don't. Fuck you. You don't know me, bitch. There's several people in our group with medical problems. Get fucked. And I'm like dragging him out, and then the other dad tried to say something
My
to me.
son
Like,
shit his pants.
You need to calm down. And I was like, fuck you. Yelling like this, both of you, has never gotten anyone better service anywhere. And then we got outside. My dad threw a fit and like went and sat in a field in like the median between the shopping center and the little highway.
Moose's dad is like, my son has been protecting this country abroad for 11 out of the last 12 months. And your dad's like, my son is the third mic on a pretty successful podcast, and he has recently shit his pants.
They were on the same page. They were both like pissed and not being reasonable.
Of course, they're white guys in their 60s. They're locked in.
So my dad's sitting in a field in a busy shopping center in Montgomery, Alabama. So the locals are having a great time watching an old white guy have a meltdown in a field.
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean,
a real great time. Like there's congregations of people gathering in the parking lot to watch him and talk about how crazy he's acting. It is very funny to me.
You're just hearing people scream "World Star" in the dark.
I checked.
Is Michael Douglas from Falling Down?
So like he throws a tantrum. I finally get him into a different restaurant with the family. He's being pissy all night. Get him onto the plane the next day, and then he finally apologized like a day later.
Wait, you're gonna just move past field tantrum like that?
I mean, I don't know how to describe it.
You're acting like everyone knows what it looks like for your father to have a tantrum in a field.
He was sitting on the ground with like his head between his knees and like wouldn't talk to anybody or get up or come anywhere. And if you tried to like walk over to him, he would walk away. Oh yeah, he was very much like a toddler that like wouldn't
Don't touch me, Jacob.
Yes.
Don't touch me.
Get the fuck
Nothing
away
gives
from
you
me.
that right.
Wait, was part of the issue that he was not smoking weed? Did he not want to risk or something?
No, we had weed.
And so he was going
we
without?
had weed for like 5 days at that point.
Okay.
No, he's just a little baby.
He just likes being at home, and he likes his schedule, and he probably doesn't like interacting with very many people. That was my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dick penis.
No.
He was a man of the people.
Yeah, no real desire to meet anybody new. He had like 3 friends. That's all he needed.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And those 3 friends have been dead forever. So
yeah, he didn't talk to the 3 friends, but if he wanted to.
And one of them was Mike Singletary, and he never met him, but boy, did he really care about him.
One of my dad's oldest friends lives like 8 blocks away. And all the time I'm like, why don't you go over there and talk to him? And my dad's like, I don't know. I haven't talked to him forever. Like, well, you're both retired and still into hot rods. And I see both of you smoking weed in your front yard. So I'm sure you'll still get along. Go talk to your old friend.
Yeah.
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 Dads don't
insane.
do that.
Old guys are weird.
Yeah, my dad had an older friend that worked at the bus yard. I think he had driven buses for a while, school buses, but then he like moved over to working on them or something, because I don't think he had a route, but my dad would see him. And he was older and crankier and crazier, like probably had like Gadsden flag coming off of his hog, or like had like the 2 shotguns. He was the guy from Raising Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He sounded like a wild man. I think his name was Bill, and he was wild. But I never met him. But I was glad that my dad had somebody else to fucking commiserate with and talk about how everybody's dumb except for them or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, dads like to tell stories about their friends. Like, you're supposed to know who they are, and then that friend lives 7 minutes away, and they haven't seen him since they saw Foghat in '82 at Ebbets Field.
Yeah.
Yeah, but man, you've heard so many. I mean, this is little Donnie Wilson all over again. This is the whole, it's that phenomenon. My dad actually has friends through the grief group now. He hangs out with this fucking like 88-year-old man named Sam who tells dirty jokes. And then my dad will call me and be like, hey, Sam's got a new one. And then like I'm at an airport, and then this like, hey, have you ever heard the one about the Polak prostitute? And I'm like, oh, good. And then 8 minutes goes by, and the punchline kind of hits, and I'm like, thanks, Sam. Keep my dad busy, you know? Keep those idle hands, you know? That's why I like having friends that I talk to. I talk to you guys. That's good.
Yeah. How'd you get your dad back into the car? Did you have to like throw a Hot Rod magazine into there and be like, go get it?
Yeah, an Easy Rider.
No, after like the rest of the family had decided on a new restaurant on the other side of the shopping center.
You laid a trail of poorly rolled swag joints. Just a trail of pinners all the way to the restaurant.
No, I went out to the field and went like the kind of crazy I suppress most of the time, and told him to get his ass in the fucking restaurant before I made everybody's day worse.
Whoa. The
Wait,
son
and
became the father.
I was looking up the ad read, so I don't know if I missed it, but like nothing had happened in the restaurant, right? This was a preemptive freakout, like because
it was
said,
because
hey,
service
so
was
you know.
taking too long, and then a customer chimed in like, hey, just so you know, they're really short staffed.
Yeah.
And he just like went off on her after my sister's father-in-law was like lacing into the lady at the front counter about how long we'd been waiting, which is like, just
and that
order.
guy loves to lace because he's shaped like a football.
Yes. Oh, it
Laces
sucked.
out, Dan.
Laces out, Becker Sr.
I was so mad. And then when we got to
what's
the
your dad
hotel
look
we were
like?
staying at, my parents were both still being like very quiet because my dad had been an asshole, and I was still ready to kill everyone for my dad making a scene in front of my niece and shit. And so when we got to the hotel, I was like, I'm going to go smoke weed outside. And there was a Waffle House like a mile down the road. So I will be back in a couple of hours.
Mm-hmm. You went down there and burnt it to the fucking ground.
Ooh, I had so much Waffle House.
Good. So there's a light at the end of the rainbow.
Everybody, the staff thought that you were doing the when people lose their fantasy football league, they have to go to a Waffle House for 24 hours and an hour gets shaved off for every waffle or whatever. But you're like, no,
You were there for 20 minutes.
I had 3 waffles, a scramble plate, a giant thing of hash browns that were loaded up real big. It was great. It really fixed my mood.
I love fixing my mood. Go ahead.
Go
Lon.
ahead.
No, go ahead. Over.
I forget. Oh, I wanted to ask about cigs. Did you end up breaking and getting cigs or no?
Once we got to Montgomery, I was able to like get away from the family. So I was having 2 to 4 cigarettes a day.
Okay.
So still not enough to not be cranky, but I was with my niece, so that helps a lot because she makes me happy all the time. We were having a fucking party. We were running around the yard. She was showing me all the new flowers that were there that she doesn't have in Italy that she was stoked on. My nephew, who's like tiny, just smiles and dances.
You brought her an 8-year-old dog so that she can learn to say goodbye at a young age? Is that?
Yeah, she wanted to learn firearm use, and her father was like, "Look, if you're going to learn how to use it, you got to learn how to use it right." No, it's taking a real life. So
It's because when they went to
Becker,
Korea, they had 2
Becker, why
dogs.
don't you and fucking Curly from, wasn't it City Slickers? That's who I imagine your father is. Is Jack Palance just in a field going,
It's pretty close. No,
we're close to. Time to read the ad, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I've
had 2
got it.
dogs, though, and one was really elderly, and they didn't want to take him to Korea when they got stationed there.
Yeah.
And they thought they were only going to be overseas for 3 years.
Shut up.
So now the one dog's dead, and Jeremy and Emily wanted their dog back, too, because they just haven't had their dog in like 4.5 years, and they put it on my parents, who are sickly and old and retired and don't want to take care of their dogs.
Yeah, it was always going to be temporary or whatever.
Yeah. And so they're taking the healthy dog that can travel back to Italy with them. It's in Italy now.
Thank God.
Allegedly.
I've
I
seen
haven't seen any
pictures.
proof.
Yeah.
Show me the proof. That dog didn't make it to Italy, I promise. Going online without ExpressVPN is like leaving your kids with the nearest stranger while you use the restroom. They're probably not a
It's
kidnapper.
like leaving him with Lund at the airport.
They're probably
while
not
you
a
go in.
kidnapper, but why take the risk?
Yeah.
When it comes to internet security, keeping things on lock is super important. Internet
gotta.
service providers, including mobile networks, know every single website you visit, unless you're using ExpressVPN.
Then they know most of them.
It keeps
kidding.
a couple secrets for you.
No, it's a good product. I'm going to shut up.
Good call. ExpressVPN reroutes all of your traffic through secure, encrypted servers, so all of your secrets, big or small, are safe. This thing is a great way to, surf the web. You get online, you surf the web. You have a good
Yeah.
time with it. You Google, how old is Mary Chapin Carpenter? How many kids does Reba McEntire have? You do deep dive on 90s pop country stars. And
Dolly
nobody
Parton
has to be the
nude,
wiser.
question mark.
What?
Dolly Parton nude, question mark.
That's right. You get
Yeah.
in, you get out, and nobody knows what you're up to. You're like Sam's Uber
I'm using
driver.
it. I'm using it right now here in this New York hotel room, and this podcast, the computer thinks I'm recording it in Bangkok.
ExpressVPN works on all of your devices, so whether
I'm not
you're
in Bangkok. That's what I'm saying. I'm not
So-
lying about doing Ari's storytelling show to go on a one-day trip to Bangkok alone. Using
One way.
ExpressVPN.
you're not coming back, huh?
No, Behold the light. It is pure. It is real.
Whether you're browsing on your phone, laptop, or tablet, you're covered. Rated #1 by top tech reviewers like CNET and The Verge. You can't
And
go wrong with
pornhider.com.
ExpressVPN. Shut the fuck up. What did you say?
Pornhider.com voted
That's right.
ExpressVPN the
Keep 'em
number one
guessing.
way to keep your slime under wraps.
Secure your online data today by visiting expressvpn.com/chubby. That's expressvpn.com/chubby to find out how you can get up to 4 extra months free. expressvpn.com/chubby. Yeah,
Awesome.
remember, they're the ones that want it. They don't want you in Bangkok for the ad read, Sam.
I forgot because I didn't read what they sent us. They did say, hey, way to go last time.
Yeah, we nailed it.
Yeah. So, hey, no one can be mad at me. Dude, we saw a guy that was just ahead recently, me and Emmy.
Whoa.
Where?
Ooh, just a head in a wheelchair. And they had a blanket over his body. And I was like, no one can tell that guy no. And Emmy loved it. Emmy listens. She's listening right now. Hey, Emmy, it's us, your favorite podcasters. She loves it. She loves the pod.
That's crazy.
I know.
She
She's
listens.
probably upstairs right now running the fucking Discord.
She listens with ExpressVPN, so nobody can trace her listening habits.
Well, yeah, I have. Oh God, hey, Glasgow, London, Manchester. Buy your tickets, please.
Yeah,
Get
I'll
all
be
those.
there if that moves your needle.
I think the needle's moving adequately.
Oh,
Doing
good.
Are You Garbage tomorrow to try and move all of them.
Nice.
Hold on, man. I had a crazy fucking street bowl. Yesterday, all I had to eat all day started off donut party, and then random remnants of chicken tenders and Hawaiian punch at a indoor
batting
laser
cleanup?
tag parlor. Yeah, and then I went and had ice cream with where you get the ice cream floating in the slush. I had one of those, and then I had birthday cake, and that's all I had. And I sat at the airport after everything was closed, as my flight just got further and further delayed, just going, "Oh, why didn't I eat food? I could have had food."
What was the slush? Grape?
Lemon lime.
Vanilla ice cream?
Susanna thought it was slime. I kept eating slime. Miriam loved it. Miriam would go, "Slime's not for eating," and I would say, "Oh yeah." And then I did the French fry trick for Miriam, and she cried, so that was fun.
What?
Where you shove the French fry up your nose, and she was like, "Ah," and then I was like, "No, it's magic," and I pulled it out, and then she tried to do it, and her mom slapped her hand, and then we didn't really talk for the rest of the day.
Wait,
Long limo ride home from Zap Zone. Let's put it that way.
there's a real Miriam?
Yeah, Miriam's real.
Okay.
Yeah, Miriam's her best friend from like kindergarten or whatever.
Oh, I thought
And
she
also
made her
her
up.
fake sister's name is Miriam as well.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
she's very unwell.
Based on true little girls.
She's been lying about a lot of stuff, it turns out.
Well, but it also, yeah, I thought she made her up, but I forgot. Yeah, based on real events.
It turns out I didn't actually eat a pillow and have to have it removed, and that's why I'm fat. Emmy doesn't actually wear a diaper. I mean, Susanna's just been sewing all these fucking lies.
Can you hear all this?
What?
You have to stop doing stuff.
Fuck
What's
you!
going on?
Shut up, Lund! Shut the fuck up!
We have 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Starting now.
Dog
What
toy.
is that? Oh, I thought you was feeding Beanie to the snake.
We're
Put that on
going
the
to Pueblo
Patreon.
tomorrow to get rats.
Oh, wow. Well, hey, sorry. We didn't really let you talk.
Yeah, I have a bunch of stuff.
Go ahead.
No, we are going to
Big
go
rat
to
date
Pueblo
tomorrow with your wife?
rat shopping, and I'm going to try to get my windshield replaced because I've had a big old crack in it for a long time, and
Try and get your ass replaced, too.
want it to be done. Yeah, they start
bigger crack in
replacing my butt.
They should just cover it with, denim. They should just medically attach denim to your ass so your crack's never out again. Just a little flap.
I had a fun encounter. God, I can't wait to not bartend. Most of the time it's fine.
Join the Patreon, everyone.
But man, when people fucking blow it, it's like, oh yeah, I'm always rolling the dice, and luckily, it's a Tuesday. I always bartend Tuesday or Wednesday for the most part, so it wasn't just this constant parade of the dumbest drunks, screaming at me. A lot of regulars, a lot of like normal behavior, but man, last Tuesday I had this couple come in, and they live in Oklahoma City, and I was talking with this dude Max about basketball. And the guy goes, "Yeah, we live in Oklahoma City, so I guess our team's the Thunder." And then Max is like, "Well, yeah, they had a real good season. SGA might get the MVP." And he's like, "And who is that?" And we were both just like, "Okay, so you don't know who Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is, but the Thunder is your team. So, now we know they're not basketball people, but they're ordering drinks. And they're celebrating because the dude might work for a fucking plastics company or something. I think the company's called River Ruiners, and they just put plastic into the river as much as possible.
Hey, don't shit on the new sponsor. Hey guys,
River
you have a
Ruiners.
big, beautiful, flowing body of water that you want to poison? River Ruiner's the answer.
You ever look at a river and think, man, I wish there was some more 2 liters in this bitch?
You ever see an otter floating and you wish it was face down forever? Well, hey, River Ruiners is giving us $30 to plug their cool new business. Okay, so you're in there. You're mad at the guy. He's lonely.
Well, they're just annoying right away because because immediately, I have the ladies pool league every Tuesday, and they do not like the music I normally play in there, which would be rock and roll or like spooky country. They think the country music is too like slow. They think the rock and roll is too loud, whatever. So I usually play like older stuff. So I've got like oldies going. Everybody's happy. But then this guy is like, hey man, the lady, they've sat down. They've been sat for 10 seconds and the lady goes, you have a jukebox or what's going on? And that's always a bad sign because people who go into a bar and want to change it immediately and make it fit what they want, it's annoying, especially right away. Like, how do I make this bar better for me? And it's like, you can't. You're stuck here with me. Welcome to hell. And I say,
I haven't been listening. Creech has been changing behind you. She's just been nude for yeah. No, that'd be nuts. There's just an emergency zoom on your face. It's Creech is back there. Okay, so yes, I don't like when someone walks in and says, "Hey, let me control the vibe in here."
Hey, let me leave my mark.
Yeah. I want to put on Sugar Ray 100 RPM.
Yes. And so after a couple minutes, the guy says, could you play 70s music? And I also hate, like, when people ask if I will play a song, I will almost certainly play that song because it's one song, because you want to hear, you're giving me something specific and I can do that. And when people ask for more songs, I usually say, I'm good, like, hey, settle down. But the worst thing is to ask for such a broad, can you play 70s music? And his argument was that it's just like a more consistent, like the lady said something about 80s music and he was like, well, 70s music is a little more like consistent, 80s music is a little bit all over the place. So
he just wants to hear like ABBA. He just wants to hear Dancing Queen.
Does he want
reminds
ABBA?
Me of a time when the world made sense.
Is 70s music to him ABBA or Black Sabbath? Or
no, because it could be Hawkwind, it could be Can, it could be Parade Ubu. You could have really fucking Monkey's Pod his situation.
Yeah, guess what?
What'd
bitch?
You put on Pentagram?
I played Can Radio.
No way!
Yes,
you dog!
Because
holy fuck, he asked the genie for $1 million. You heard doll hairs, didn't you?
Well, and it was perfect because Max. Max said that a can song.
That's what made Becker's dad cry in the field. It's can radio.
Becker wouldn't stop playing Can.
Yeah.
Max got a kick out of that because he loves the movie Inherent Vice, and there's a Can song in there, and it played. So he knew I was like, that I was not giving what he wanted, like a little shit. But I wanted him to shut up, and I figured there would be some psych rock, whatever, so it would be fine.
Sure. No.
This couple is celebrating. They might move to somewhere in northern or central Colorado because the dude's job would be in Centennial. So they're talking about,
there's
too
many fucking rainbow trout in that river, and he's going to put an end to it. No more glistening. Your scales look too much like the sky when it's smiling. I'm done with you.
But yeah, they are not affected by the Can radio revelation. They're just they're going with the flow. They have 3 cocktails each. They're there for an hour. They have 3 cocktails each. She's drinking vodka. He's drinking whiskey. And they each have 3 shots of Fireball. In an hour, they each have 6 drinks, which is way too many.
Ding dong. Oh, yeah. And you're serving them. They're driving.
I'm serving them because they are not... They didn't come in drunk. They're talking normally. And I wasn't paying attention to exactly how many they had and how long they had been there. But I hook them up. Like, it's literally the 2 of them, my buddy Max, who is a public defender. I like talking to him. Smart guy, good guy. And like 4 other people are like playing pool. So it's like really me and Max and this couple at the bar. But I don't realize it's been that many fucking drinks until I notice, and it's been an hour, and I'm like, oh, okay, these guys are getting louder and dumber. They are talking to someone very smart and interesting because he's a public defender in a small town, but they can't stop talking over him to like ask him questions, or talk about plastics or whatever. So it's like annoying for the last like 15, 20 minutes that they're there. And then they keep talking about going to smoke a cig, but they don't because they keep fucking drinking.
You're
And
throwing packs at them. You're like, take mine. Here, this is the bar pack. Go wear them out.
Yeah, I try to throw them onto the street.
You lock the door and let the pool ladies play topless.
Right. No, they're gone. But the woman finishes her third cocktail after having her 3 shots, and I take the glass to go clean it, whatever. I don't ask her if she wants another one because guess what, lady? You gotta breathe or something. Like, go have a cigarette so that there's some amount of time where you're not slamming it home. And after like 30 seconds, she's like, wait, what? Am I cut off? And I was like, well, yeah. I mean, yeah. You didn't ask for another drink, but yes. She's like, what? Why? And I was like, you've had 6 drinks in the last hour. So, you're done. And the celebration ends.
Listened to that well.
The celebration is over. Mm-hmm. The guy is like, oh, well, I guess we'll. And they're both, they're older than me, older than us, but not by a lot. They're probably maybe 50.
Death. Yeah.
What?
Near death.
No, maybe 50. And the guy's like, oh, well, I guess we won't smoke a cigarette here because I want to have a cigarette with a drink. And I was like, can I run your card? And he's like, yeah. So I run his card, and
you're getting a big tip.
Well,
they're about to pay your fucking rent.
He thinks that he needs to like get me, right? Because I've ruined the evening. I've insulted them. I've called them little babies that aren't allowed to have any more num-nums. Mm-hmm. And they don't know how to react because God forbid you say, oh, wow, yeah, that is kind of that's a lot of drinking. We should probably go eat something or whatever. No, they want to keep celebrating. And so he tipped 20 on 91 or 93. And he says, I didn't add up the numbers. You can do that. You can earn your tip. And by finally doing something, he says something so like stupid and shitty to try to burn me and put me in my place and get his power back.
He doesn't know who he's dealing with. Well, he doesn't know that you have written your attitude on stone tablets long ago. Oh man, that's great. It's like you just booted out 2 of the 3 people who were in the bar. He's like, what are you doing? And you're like, whatever I want.
Yeah, guess what, buddy? This is my bar.
Uh-huh.
Welcome to Lund's. I love this bar, but I hate most of the people who come in it.
You think I opened a bar in Trinidad, Colorado because I wanted to make money? No.
Well, I
like playing God.
I made their money. I took their money, and then it was time for them to tell their story walking. Yeah. Because what? I'm supposed to serve them until she pukes in her purse or he tries to fight me? Yes. Like, no. It's time to go. Yeah, it's only going to get worse. Oh, also.
By the way, hold on real quick. Becker, is my crotch on display? Edit out my crotch if it's in the video. Okay.
It was just in it earlier for a split second.
Well, get rid of that. Becker, go ahead. I mean, Lund, the other one. You said, also. Yeah.
Before the, being cut off discussion, the guy says, because it's just been it's been experimental, like European rock and roll.
Yeah, it's Yoko Ono. Yeah.
And he says, hey man, what if we change it up to some 90's? And it's like, I'm gonna kill you. Because what does that mean? Like, tell me an artist.
Chumbawamba.
Tell me a song.
Yeah.
Tell me anything. 90's is 10 years of music that covers every genre, and the early 90's are a lot of 80's influencing. The late 90's are its own gross like bubblegum pop, Backstreet Boys. What the fuck do you want? Mm-hmm. But again, I want
things to make sense. That's what I want. random rural barkeep.
Well, and I
Why
know
are
what
you holding my feet to the flame?
I told Megan when I got home, I know what he wanted. He wanted to hear songs that he knew that he liked, and I don't know what they are, but he wants to hear them, and he wants to be able to talk about where he was when it came out and how big of a deal he was in high school or whatever the fuck. And I'm not going to do that. So I put on 90s.
I mean, I don't know if that's true, dude. I think he just might want to hear some tunes for his big night. I think
No, he wants
I think he has very few things to celebrate, and now he has one, and he just wants to fucking,
no.
hear
He
some-
wants to talk. He wants to tell us about how cool he was or whatever. And so he wants the music to inform what he's going to talk about. He's going to tell us about like how he saw Candlebox or whatever the fuck. I promise.
he saw 7 marry 3. He was there. He was at the ceremony.
Maybe. But yeah, so I put on whatever 90s rock playlist.
Worst 90s music
And I'm
ever.
curating it so it's I'm curating
Spiteful
it so that
90s mix.
it's not all the worst. It's not all the songs we heard way too many times. It's not Santeria. I don't want to hear fucking Santeria right now.
I want to hear Bad Fish.
Well, yeah, that's better because you didn't
I wanna
hear
hear
it
it-
as many times.
I want to hear their cover of that Bad
Scarlet
Religion
Begonias.
song. Oh no, not that one.
What did they cover?
Fuck. And
Greatest Hits was a Ziggins song.
no, what was the Bad Religion cover? And I became an episode. It's the punk wrong. Go. I don't listen to lyrics enough to be able to help.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Boy,
them
I can do the
covering.
guitar part with my mouth.
We're only gonna die for our arrogance. I didn't know that
Yes.
was Bad Religion.
Yeah, it's like the good Bad Religion song. Sorry, everybody. You know where I don't apologize is on the Patreon, and we've got a Becker Q&A on that bad boy that people are just singing to. We got so much Becker this week. Get on there. He answers all your Becker heavy questions. Patreon.com/Chubby Behemoth. Iowa City, Omaha, Glasgow, Manchester, London, Australia, Eugene, Oregon, samtalent.com. Get your tickets. Tired of sweating over ticket counts until you guys all fucking roll out of bed at 3:00 on Friday and buy them up.
Denver,
Lund.
come see me and free Lucha Libre and Laugh show with Mitch Jones
Yeah.
down in McGregor Square Sunday, May 4th. It's free. It's supposed to get going at 4. There's a bunch of wrestling waiting for you. It'll be outside. Hopefully it'll be a nice day to be in downtown Denver. Let's take back downtown Denver from
Yeah, it's been
Rockies
abandoned
fans
way too
and
long.
from the shopping cart brigade.
Yes.
But yeah, so I fucking
April 27th,
also-
Comedy Fort. I haven't even put those on my website. April 27th, Comedy Fort. It's like the only show I'm doing in Colorado until November. So get those. Comedy
Casper, Wyoming. I'm at the Rialto Theater May 23rd and 24th. The weekend before those shows, guess who's at the Rialto Theater? Patton Oswalt and Emo Phillips. So flip a coin and either see two legends or a real up and comester. Real up and come dumpster himself, Lund. I can't believe like two of the best are going to be at the same place as me 6 days ahead of time. That sucks. And it's like Chris D'Elia the 3 weeks before that. It's a real roll of the dice up there. You get best selling or Chris D'Elia at the Rialto in Casper.
Or Lund. Don't forget Lund. They had Butterly. They have
Or-
Lund.
They had Butterly.
Yeah.
Me and Pat. Come see me and Pat, Casper. Please. Don't go see
Whatever you-
Pat and Oswald. See me.
Yeah, the one time you see comedy in your life, denizen of Casper, Wyoming, make it Lund. Don't make it Emo Phillips, my dad's favorite comic. No. go
Come see me,
Lund.
Screamo Phillips.
Yeah, a guy who knows my dad. And whatever you do, don't listen to Becker's other podcasts. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.
Yeah, because my story was done.
Oh, we're at an hour. I thought we were.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, please. Finish your story.
Yeah, good idea. So, you fucking
I don't know how
dickhead.
it couldn't have been done already. But
You
please.
interrupt me to plug your dates, and I'm like, all right, he'll let me finish the story for sure.
Oh no, sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
Well, yeah, now, I'm almost done. Shit.
Becker, did you think it was possible there was any more to it?
I thought it was possible it was done as well, but I'm
Okay.
ready to hear the rest of it. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
My
I
listening
guess
lights on.
the main thing was that, unfortunately, I didn't hear the very last thing he said, but I think he tried to get away with like something like not even over his shoulder, because he hit me with the, oh yeah, you have to finally work for your tip by doing the math, by adding two numbers together, which is hilarious. Also, I don't have to. I just put it in and take the 20. Also, you just gave me $20 for an hour's worth of work.
Yeah.
But I have to earn it by adding the numbers together. And Max hears that and doesn't like it and says, "Oh man, come on, you don't have to be an asshole." And that was cool because now he knows that he's blowing it. His 6 drinks have made him sound loud and strong.
Mm-hmm.
But on the way out, he said something. And I don't know what it was. I wish I did. But I told Max, I was like, I'm glad that I'm getting older because if this was, 8 years ago, I would have gone out there and asked what the fuck he said and potentially, given him a DDT on the out front of the bar.
Yeah.
And it's just so funny. Like I say, it's hard to bartend and see all these people who should stop drinking, should drink way less, should have figured out their shit, like their anger issues long ago and have not and will not. It's a lot. Because like when we interact with drunk people, they yell out a couple things and they get dealt with. Or after the show, they're a little sloppy. But with the bartending, man, people can act like fucking Becker's dad. If I tell them we're short-staffed, they freak out. And when I tell somebody that they can't have a 7th drink an hour and 5 minutes into the night, like, God forbid. So I am glad I didn't hear him because even though I am older, I'm not dead. So if I would have heard him, I might have gone around the bar and seen what the fuck. I might have turned him into plastic.
Yeah, you follow him outside, and Max comes out with you, and then he has to public defend you, but he's also the witness on the stand about how you kill the guy with a quote-unquote sidewalk slam. And then you sue the WWE because you thought that's what you did on the sidewalk,
You slam.
And he's like fucking, he has to interview himself on the stand, and he's running from the witness box back
Double
to the...
duty.
Now, Max, may I call you Max? Yeah, that's fine. All right, Max. So you saw Mr. Lund, absolute D-Lo Browna guy through the pavement. Is that fair to say? Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it was a D-Lo Brown. It wasn't really a sky high. It was more the sidewalk sign. Objection! This man is an expert
Badgering
on
the witness.
ring-based finishers.
Yeah, I'd like to, ladies and gentlemen of the court, if it pleases you, I'd like to show you In Your House from December 99.
Mm-hmm. I, for one,
give
am
him a
glad.
sidewalk slam on a sidewalk, and they cancel each other out. It's double jeopardy.
Right, yeah. It's just a slam. Speaking of slams, I'm really glad that you finished your great story. And now we don't have to live in a world where we don't know how it ended. And I love you guys, and I miss you, and I'll see you in Iowa City next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, see you on Friday,
Travis is going to pick us up.
Hell yeah.
Travis is picking us up and driving us around.
Oh, yeah, we're going to roll around in a big van and record, hopefully, several podcasts since we're burning
6
one of
or
the
7
two
podcasts.
One of the 2 that we had for a rainy day, we have to burn. Because, God forbid, I do one without you.
I like to talk to you. That's all. I'm sorry.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.